Good morning, this is Sheila from She's a Sassy Lady, and I'm here this morning with my cup of coffee, my gypsy woman, as you can see, but also a little paper that I want to show you is Southern Belle Scrapper made this wonderful shape card from the tutorial that I did, and that tutorial was on shape cards, but it was picture by picture, and a couple of you had questions on the shape cards or had a little bit of a problem doing them. And when I saw this, I knew I had to make this little turkey. He's so cute. Although I have to admit, I want to make it, instead of saying thanks right here, I wanted to say happy birthday turkey, but I won't. I'll behave myself. Anyway, let's get started because I have a lot to cover with you. I've already turned my gypsy on. I actually made this video once and I have to remake it because my mouth went into gear, and unfortunately, mouth was in gear, therefore I went over time. So first thing we're going to do, I just tapped 12 by 12, and I know already that I had a problem putting this video together, and I'm going to move this back there. Had a problem getting it together, and my problem caused me to be, I want to get this camera situated just right, sorry. But, okay, there we go, there we go. This way you can see a little bit easier. My problem was trying to fit everything in and understanding the size ratios on this. So I'm going to go back and change it to a 24 by 24. The key, by the way, from last week that I went and emailed Makeup Girl 217 is the ratio key right here. It's a ratio key, gives the ratio between width and height. Now, what we're going to do is we are scrap lifting. Scrap lifting. Biggest compliment you can give anyone is to scrap lift. And you've seen that on the message board. You saw how beautiful it is. So I've got my hands full coming up with something that's almost as beautiful as her card. So anyway, first thing we're going to do is start out with getting our turkey. And whoops, I must have double hit that. I need to go to create a critter. So let's get to create a critter. And I want it on the shadow button. And my turkey is right here. Click on the turkey. Now notice the size. I didn't set my cursor up, so let's get it up to I want to bring it up to a 5.5 width, and I want to show you this. I'm showing on here a 5.5 height, excuse me, not width. 5.5 height, and look at the size of this turkey. When I hit my actual size button, it actually shows that it's 7.67 height. So I had a problem. I don't understand why it's doing this, because normally, you know, you have all this excess line on the outside and it's just giving border edges or whatever. But this one didn't make sense with me. So what I did is I wanted to make sure that my turkey fit just perfectly. Just perfect. So you can do that by actually getting a card from George, or, you know, getting a square, anything with a box. George, Plantain, Gypsy Wanderings, wherever, and make an A2 size and fit that turkey within the size. But we're just going to use that actual ratio button and bring it down. And oops, it would help if I highlight him to where I have him at a 5.5 height. I've got it at 5.52, so let's get him at 5.5. And look at that, perfect sizing. At a 5.5 height, his width is 4.24, which will work. I don't have to adjust anything at this point. So what I want to do is I want to grab my turkey. He's highlighted. I want to go back in. I want to take off the shadow button, and I want to get all the little pieces. My first piece, my layer 1, my layer 2, my layer 3, and there is no accessory for this, so those are all my layers. Go back to the screen, and uh-oh, look what I did. See what happens when you don't take that actual size button off? Let's go back. Delete all these pieces. See See, that's the beauty of, and you got to look at this Gypsy as just like a computer. Doesn't have a sheet of paper in there yet, so you can change and adjust. You can make mistakes. No one will ever know. Just keep going. Just keep trucking. Okay, let's get our pieces again. Let's start out with the first piece, layer 1, layer 2, layer 3. Okay. Then I want to take and, ungroup them. And I want to move my pieces out of the way so that they're not anywhere near here. Okay, near my turkey, because we're going to play with the turkey now. And I am going to go to the advanced key, copy. Now I have 2 turkeys. I want to zoom in, so use your zoom in button. I want to get them one right on top of the other. I could use my XY key, but I'm too lazy to. There, look at that, perfect yellow. They're sitting one right on top of each other because you notice the turkey disappeared right in front of you. I mean, I can make this larger. Turkey's not going to be there because it's yellow, and I don't know if you can see the yellow lines, but it's right next to here, right next to my thing. Okay, now what I want to do is notice, and I'm going to move my Gypsy over, these keys over on the right. These are your, do you ever do that? Just lose the word? The button I want to change sides on it. So I want to flip it. So there's my flip button. This is side to side, top to bottom. In this case, we're going to use the top to bottom. And I'm going to hit the key, and you're going to see that turkey reappear. I hit it, and there he is. They're now one on top of each other. All I have to do then is move it up. And I'm not going to go quite all the way because you'll notice on the turkey, the hats here, where they meet, unfortunately, there's not that much space, and his hat will cover. I'm going to leave quite a bit in there to where I group. See that space in there? The reason being is I want enough of a width to hold that card together. So I'm sure that if we were holding Amy's card, we'd find that. She did that also because otherwise the card would be too weak. So we're going to take, he's already highlighted, go back to the basic key, hit your highlight button, highlight the other side, then go back to advance, weld, and we now have the base of our card. All you have to do is hit the preview button and see that gray area. There we go. We're good. Now we're going to move on to the second video, and hopefully I've gotten you far enough along, and I think I did, that we're in with the second video. Thank you.